guys, welcome back to my channel. Dorian here. Welcome to DorianArnezDaily. So today, I know it's been about a week, probably a week and a half since I posted my last video. But if you guys do follow me on Instagram, if you don't, you should be. I'll have that up here somewhere on the screen. It's at DorianArnezDaily. But yeah, if you follow me on my Instagram, then you do know that I have been really sick. Not anything like with my lupus or anything like that, so nothing like major to be worried about or anything, but some type of like virus or bug. I don't know what it is, but it's like really taking me out the game. And not just me, my grandfather's sick as well. So yeah, you probably can tell my voice because it's kind of like film and everything like in my throat, and I'm still like coughing. I'm like all hot and sweaty. Sometimes I'm cold. This is just not what's up. But yeah, I decided to go ahead and pull my camera out, get my face together so I can film a video for you guys. I was going to do a beauty related video, but those take a little bit too much energy, and I thought this would be a little bit more fun for me to do, since a beauty video and a haul video is like my usual style of videos. So yeah, today's video is going to be a story time about my crazy ass friend from hell. And I know a lot of people have posted like similar videos like this and different videos about like crazy exes, crazy friends, and yada yada yada, but this chick was really crazy. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing, okay, so usually people change names and everything like that in these type videos, but in this case, I'm not friends with this girl anymore. I don't know where she is. I don't want to know where she is. I'm going to use her name. Her name is Heather. So yeah, this story time takes place circa 2008, 2009, around that time frame, at a retail establishment. I'm not going to say the name of the store. Let's just call it Marshall's. It's kind of like Marshall's, but it's not Marshall's, so we'll just call the store Marshall's. So I was working at Marshall's around like 2008, 2007, 2009, something like that. I know it was like right after high school. It was like one of my first jobs that I actually had. It didn't pay anything. I was getting paid every week, and at that time I thought that I was making money, and I really wasn't. I know that's besides the point, but it's just funny because I thought because I was getting a check every week, I was actually getting some real money, but that was no money. But anyway, yeah, I was friends with this girl named Heather, and we both worked at Marshall's together. And I know you guys are going to be like, why are you saying this? But Heather was very overweight. She was an overweight, borderline obese Caucasian woman. And the reason why I'm saying these things, because those are like two key things in the story. I befriended Heather because during that time I was just really friendly. I don't want to say befriended anybody and everybody. It's just with that being like my first job and me constantly working with these people, you know, you start to talk to people and they become your, and we'll talk on the phone, we would text, and eventually that led to us going out. So there would be like, you know, times where we'll go to like the movies or dinner, or, you know, just to go get Starbucks, different things like that. So throughout my friendship with Heather, she began to tell me things about like her dating life and different insecurities she had regarding like dating and being overweight / obese. And as a friend, anybody knows, especially with me, I'm very like open with talking. Most people come to me with their problems and their issues because I'm non-judgmental, and as a friend, you know, I'll talk to you, give you my advice, give you different options of what I think that you should do and how you should handle things. Not like my life is perfect or anything, but for some reason I'm always basically, you know, came to me with her issues regarding, you know, being overweight and obese and all that. So she would tell me about like different relationships that she had with different guys, and at the time she was dating like, I think 3 or 4 different guys. There were like, yeah, 3 or 4 different guys that she would actually tell me about that in my head I'm thinking, okay, you know, she's having these relationships with these different men, and these are like her boyfriends slash, I guess, you know, people that she's dating, whatever you want to call it. Long story short, I found out she was catfishing these guys. This was long before Catfish ever came out. And when I tell you, she was like the original Catfish. This bitch was so crazy and so just out of it that I have never met anybody like that in my life before. Like, she literally had 3 different personalities, and she thought that this stuff was like reality. So what I mean by that is she would befriend these men online. She would start talking to these different guys from Facebook, MySpace, and I think some other dating site. I can't remember the name of it, whatever used to be out like back then. But by her being like overweight and obese, she didn't feel comfortable dating. Not a lot of guys really approached her, and I guess to make herself feel like normal, have a sense of like normalcy in dating, you know, she would create fake profiles and kind of like catfish and bait these men. She wouldn't use her picture, although most people that are like that, you know, they kind of crop their face and post that and then don't show the rest of their body. She would use another, you know, big boobed blonde woman. I don't know where she found the picture from, but you know, by me being her friend, she told me these things. And when she told me this, like, I thought it was crazy and kind of weird, but I didn't judge her for it, because I mean, I've made a couple fake profiles before, not for the same reason that she did, for other reasons. I'll probably use that in another story time. But let's just say she was like obsessed, and she had 3 different profiles. She had one main profile. I think the girl's name was Megan or something like that. Now, crazy, her name is Heather. Her alter ego Catfish name was Megan. So Megan was dating this one particular guy who lived close to our job, and you know, nice looking guy, made a nice salary, nice car, all of that. And he actually came into Marshall's one day, and he walked in, and I looked over at Heather, and she was like covering her face with like a store bag or whatever. So as I'm looking at her, I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is, let me go ask her what's up. So I talked to her, and then she tells me that that's one of the guys that she's been catfishing and talking to or whatever. So I'm like, okay, how would he know that that's you if you have a picture of someone else on the page? And then after I told her that, she kind of calmed down and was like, yeah, okay, let me not act like this. But I'm like, really? Like, bitch, he doesn't know how you look. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know that you're Megan. You're just some associate who works at Marshall's. And after that, you know, I really was kind of looking at her like, okay, she may be a little crazy, but that's just her. And even then, I still was her friend. Don't ask me why I still decided to talk to her, but I did. After that, there was another guy. He lived maybe like not too far from this guy. Mind you, both of them live close to the job. Okay, so the other guy actually had like a girlfriend, and she somehow got the girl's phone number. I don't know how she did. She wanted me to talk to the girl for her. So me being me, during this time, I don't remember how old I was, but I know I was young. Like, I spoke to the lady, and she like went off, and she was like laughing about it. We both were laughing, and it was just like a funny situation. I'm like, okay, he has a girlfriend, whatever. So we both made up different little stories about like them dating and going out places, and she had never even, you know, met up with the guy, of course, because Megan was really Heather, you know, the catfish. So with all of that being said, moving on, another day She asked me to go to dinner with her. We went out. We went to like, I think like Little Caesars or somewhere stupid, just pick up like a pizza and then the movies and kind of like rode around. So while we're doing this, she asked me would I go with her to one of the guys' homes. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess we can. So I rode with her. We actually went to both of the guys' houses that she was catfishing. I don't know why, but she went there, I guess, to see if he lied to her about being at home, but his car was parked outside. And this was the guy who came into Marshall's, and she hit a girlfriend. The girl was there with him, and we saw them walking out together. She starts to cry. And I'm like, okay, why is she crying? Like, I really, even then, didn't think that she was taking this like that serious. For some reason, I should have known this because, you know, the story is crazy. Like, she's psychotic. She's having these relationships with these people in her head, and it's not really her. Whatever, that's your life. Still was not judging her. So after this whole thing, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months go by. I wasn't working at Marshall's anymore. I had left because I was having like transportation issues and I wasn't able to get to work. So that brings me to the next goal. I was looking for a car and I was having like issues financially, similar to kind of like what I'm going through now, but not so much. And she knew about these things because, you know, we were friends and I would open up to her about this stuff. And she told me about someone that she knew who sold cars, and he would give me a car for like $500 down, yada yada yada. It was like a Volkswagen, like brand new, yada yada yada. Me being young and naive, because she's my friend, I'm thinking that she's being honest about this. I'm like, okay. And I told my grandmother about it, and she was like iffy about it. But during that time, I would always be like defensive because I thought that maybe she felt that way because my friend was white. Because as you guys know, a lot of like Southerners, especially older people, when it comes to like race, that's still an issue. They may not always say it, but it's kind of there. So I'm thinking in my head, like, you know, she doesn't want me to go and check out this car because of that reason. Little did I know, she had intuition that this bitch was crazy. So yeah, she told me about this, and I think the day it came for us to go, and for some reason I told her I couldn't go, I didn't feel well or something like that. So a couple days after that, I get a text message from this guy and a Facebook message as well, asking me, was Megan okay? Heather had tried to kill herself. She had slit her wrist, like, I don't know if she slit her throat or not, but I know she tried to commit suicide. And she had told the guy that it was her or whatever, when it was really Heather. So she had given the guy my name on Facebook. She had given the guy my real phone number, and he thought that I was Megan's best friend. And he was texting and inboxing me to see if she was okay because he knew that she had committed suicide. Okay. Now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, number one, she tried to kill herself. I didn't know anything about it. Number two, you gave this stranger who could be a psycho murderer my actual name to write me on Facebook and my phone number to text me, as if this Megan chick really exists and I'm her friend. This guy could have thought that that was me and tried to kill my ass, tried to find out where I worked and did something to me when it was really her. So then I knew she was really crazy. Okay, so after finding out that she tried to commit suicide, I text her and, you know, said I hope that she's okay. You shouldn't take your life for anything or anyone. But I cut her off because I'm like, you put my life in danger by doing that as well. And she just had like all type of mental issues. I know this is probably not like a fun type story time, but she was really crazy. And so years and years go by, even now, like, I don't have a Facebook anymore because I deactivated it months ago. But when I did, she would still try to like inbox me. I will block her, she'll make another profile, I will block her, she'll make another one, basically trying to apologize and trying to be friends with me again. And you know, I wish her well. I hope that everything works out for her. I don't wish her any ill will, but that just goes to show some people are not, you know, all together up there. Like, you know, some people you be thinking like, oh, they crazy. No, this bitch is really crazy. And you know, I hope she doesn't see this video, but if she does, you know, I just don't know what to say, because I still hold like a little bit of anger with that, because that could have turned against me. Like, I was the one who created that whole online Megan persona when it was her. So yeah, that's basically my story of my crazy friend from hell who was the original Catfish. Hopefully I don't sound all over the place and my point was probably not made. I don't know, because I'm still kind of not feeling well and kind of medicated as well. Come back to my channel and do not forget to subscribe.